up, Roomies? Welcome back to another episode of Roomie Diaries, where we tell the truth about love, sex, and dating. I'm your host, Tuson Jewell, and shout out to the Shade Room for setting this up and giving us a little place to have a little fun. Today we have no other than the beautiful actress, TV personality, Claudia Jordan. Okay, so today we're going to deep dive on what it looks like dating over 40. And stick around because we are going to put Miss Claudia Jordan in the hot seat where we have a game called Wine, Dive, and Decline. To kick things off, we'll start here. What are the biggest things you notice like dating now versus when you first started dating?
I feel like when I first started dating back in the 1900s, um, I feel like love wasn't something that people were embarrassed about. You know, even the music was different than movies. And I often look back like, damn, I wish this generation could experience like the kind of like, I don't know, I guess you guys would call it like, what's that called when you like kind of you go out bad for someone? I can't even think of the word. Kind of like being simping, sprung, all that, like all those good R&B songs where the brothers was singing and they was like grasping the air and they was in the rain with the white linen.
The 112.
Yes, but like that's what the vibe felt like back then. You know, like men would pursue you and it felt like you were being courted and it felt like you were special. It didn't feel like, you know, we didn't have all these 50-50 conversations or I'm the prize, you know? And it's just like, it felt like a good reason to get butterflies. Now, I just feel like with so much access, maybe, I hate to sound cliche and blame social media, but yeah, social media. I mean, humans are on the menu. You can just go find someone in any city you want and I can reach out to a celebrity that I may have never encountered in real life. You can reach out to whoever. So it makes the person in your face maybe be less special to you. I don't know what it is, but it's just like been the perfect storm of negativity. And I feel like I hate that love seems to be going by the wayside, you know? And I felt like more sparks back then. I'm just not inspired now.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not.
Yes, because back then it was. I remember back then growing up, you used to. It's totally different because like even with the videos, it was like the love video. You sitting on the couch, you talking to your boo, and all. Now it's like.
Well, now people will. I was just
strip
talking
clubs and
yes. I was talking to my girl that was doing my hair, and we were talking about this. The song came on, Joe, I Want to Know, and I was the lead in that video, and that was 26 years ago. That was 1999, right?
Girl, you look 26 now.
I'm 52.
Oh, period.
Thank you. I don't let no one's dusty sun stress me out.
Okay.
So, anyways, even the setup was the woman was, not to say women are more important than men. I don't think that. But in romance, I think it works the old-fashioned way when a man was courting the woman and pursuing her. And it just was a beautiful, I don't know, it was just beautiful. And the vibe was just different.
Yeah, back then it wasn't no $20. You give $20. Now you give them
back then it was like, I'll pay your, what baby say, babyface, I'll pay your rent, I'll fix your car, I'll buy your clothes, I'll do anything. As soon as I get home from work.
Now, and he was working.
Fool. Now you got a dude on your couch eating your food, playing video games, okay? What are we doing? Go to work.
Yes, okay, period. What do you wish someone had told you about dating like in your 40s and 50s back then?
You know, you think that when you're ready to settle down that there's always going to be a lot of supply on the shelves, and it's not. Like at this age, a lot of the good guys are married or taken because they're good guys. And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I'm like, well, your best bet now is maybe someone that a good man that maybe is coming out of a marriage, getting a divorce. So, you know, I think in our youth, and I would like people to know this when they're younger, we think, oh, there's always going to be an endless supply. I can wait till tomorrow. Don't put off your happiness waiting. You know, if you find that good person, like a lot of times we wait, well, it's not the right time. It's never going to be like the right time. I would say go for it more. I wish I would have told someone told me just go for it. I probably have overlooked a good candidate before, you know, like maybe.
Why is that though?
Me thinking the timing thing, maybe prioritizing career. You know, I definitely was always like work. I never thought I had enough cushion built up to like relax and take my foot off the gas and start a family.
And then that just go on and on and on, and then you be 100 years old and you like, It's still working.
Still working. And I think I will say specifically with Black women especially, I feel like we don't really have the luxury to think that we can kind of take time off like that. You know, and I specifically say Black women because like we're usually the backbone of everything. You know, not even just with our families, but with our friend circles. Like it's always something for us to do. We're always taking care of somebody else. I don't have children, but I'm always like feeding a friend or taking care of someone or helping somebody out or doing a favor. And I think that's a cape that we put on ourselves. No one told us to do this. It's just something in us that we do. And if you think about the Black woman in your life, you probably think, damn, she's like a superwoman for everybody else. When does she slow down for herself? I think with Black women specifically, it's harder for us to ever feel like we can just kind of take a break. We have to be like all gas, no brakes. I don't think we have the luxury of feeling like, okay, I can take a breather now and relax. And I think it's really sad. You know, there's all these statistics about 45%, 65% of Black women will never get married, you know, and we're out here taking care of everybody else and not getting taken care of. And I think it's really sad. I think we self-impose this cape on ourselves to save the world. Look at all the marches. Look at all, I know this is dating, but I got to bring it into like the political space. We're always at the front lines for everybody else. For everybody. Brother gets killed, we're in the front lines. The LGBTQ community, we're in the front lines. Other women that are not even showing that up as our allies, we're in the front lines. Gaza, front line. We're always there for everybody else. And on top of all the stuff in our personal lives, we out here trying to save the world. When does that leave time to like really feel comfortable? When does that really leave time to like relax or even just like put yourself first or dating? And I just feel like a lot of women get caught up in saving the world and then they leave little time for themselves.
But that's why I think it's best for, because I had to tell my mother this the other day, like, she was just like stressing, oh, I'm worried about the kids. Like she got the grandkids and her kids and then some more. Like she's the one, they take all of the kids. Like it's like, that's just like the thing.
Yeah.
So she just like, oh, I'm worried about the kids and stressing and things like that. I'm like, you got to worry about yourself because once, you know, when that time, when something happened to you you just out the dry because ain't nobody gonna care. They don't care about that.
And she probably feels like she can't ever take a break because who has her? Who has her, you know? And I really push for this. Like, I would love to see more examples of strong Black families where there is, two people, whoever the two people are. But I think everybody needs a little support in their lives, a little backup. It's hard to do it all by yourself.
Yeah,
I've been doing it by myself, but I'm constantly exhausted. And I never took the time to like stop and smell the roses. Like I really don't. I'm always going. And it's cool for a little while, but it's not really a realistic pace. Like I think people look at me like, how could you even date? Would you even have time for someone? Or definitely a child. I never felt like I had time for that. Never.
Really?
Never. I know. I never felt comfortable. I never felt like I'm in a place where I'm supported, where this person is going to like be able to, you know, have my back. I always felt like I had to go get it myself. And maybe that's daddy issues. I think a lot of women that didn't really grow up with their dad think that, well, I don't have that. I got you.
Right.
No, I have to go get it.
So you think even now, you feel like even at the stage you're in now, like you don't have time for like a family or.
Now I'm 52, so I don't even know. You know, I mean, I'm still fertile. I know I'm still fertile. I'm not out here getting pregnant before y'all start any rumors, okay? But I like so much time has gone by without it, and I've always been on the fence about having kids. Like it was always, if I feel like I have the right partner, then I would go there and want to do it with someone. Right. But I never was the type of woman that's like, I just want to be a mom no matter what. I want it to be the right situation. I want to bring my child into a world.
But see, that's you trying to control. You can't control everything. You can't have everything. Can't just be so controlled.
It can't, but I also don't want to be chaotic. I also don't want to like regret it. I don't want to like bring another kid in the world that says, where's my father? You know, or I just wanted to be a place where I wanted to be with someone that they were dying to be a father. And
well, I ain't heard too many of those.
Right, you know? And I also think that people got to stop shaming women if they choose not to. I don't think it should be used as a measure of success having a husband or a child. Like, we have gotten past the dark ages where we got to stop looking at women as just baby makers.
Right.
Oprah Winfrey
I just
has
was
had
about to
no
say, you took it
children,
right out of my mouth.
right? To say that she's not a successful person because she didn't have that one thing that society thinks she should have had, or the two things, a husband and a family, but she's family to so many other people.
Right.
There's other ways to be valuable as a woman, and I think we got to stop doing that. A lot of women, I see that in comments too, stop doing that to each other. Well, where's your man? A lot of times the women saying that are in up relationships just so they can say they have a man. If you are putting up with a lot of bullshit just so you can one up another chick or feel like you're better than someone else because you've got a man, anyone can get a man.
Yeah.
But do you have a good one?
They lay
outside. There's a lot of people I would love me to bring them in from outside, okay, and make them my man and give them food and lodging. Okay, I'm not doing that, but like, we got to stop shaming women for that. You could have a very fulfilling life without all that.
Period. What is something that's actually better about love and sex at this stage of life?
I think at this stage, 40s, 50s, less hang-ups about your body, about your looks. Like, you feel sexy. Like, I know I look good, not just for my age. You know what I'm saying? And then there's some wisdom that goes along with it. Not to say there's anything wrong. Like, listen, life was popping in my 20s as well, but it's just different. Like, you have a different kind of confidence at this age. You know what I mean? Like, I know I bring more than just like a physical.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get some wisdom.
I got the beauties in the brain.
And I can cook.
Oh, period.
House is spotless. Credit is approaching 800.
Okay.
You have a different kind of confidence when you feel like your life is in order. When I was in my 20s, I may have had a better body and maybe my skin was tighter, my face or my booty was higher.
Okay.
But like, there's not the same confidence isn't there. And I think confidence is very sexy. So I know, like, when I do go there, like, I'm a very sensual, confident person. And when I do it, it's quite popping.
Okay, period.
It is.
Okay, speaking of do it, is it easier talking about protective
Are you using
sex?
protection?
Yes. As you're older than versus younger?
I think, yeah, because I think you have more confidence. Like, you're not just going to go with the flow. You're like, absolutely not. Or whatever you want, you're more vocal about things because you probably have more to lose. But I do feel like the conversations I've been hearing, seeing, being a part of, I feel like no one's even using protection anymore. I feel like people are just super reckless. I feel like everyone's just kind of like throwing their penis on the craps table right now. I hardly hear people talking about it.
So how do you approach like the conversation?
Well, I just say to you, I have something on me. I'll have something.
Okay, period.
I'll have a condom if I'm gonna do it.
Okay,
but I also don't do casual sex. Like, if we're doing it, we're gonna be in a relationship. So, you're gonna, of course, start off using protection, and you have that conversation when you need to. But I feel like a lot of people are just raw dogging it these days. Don't you hear that?
I do hear that a lot.
And I think with PrEP, people think, well, I'll just take PrEP, and I'm like, well. Like,
you gotta take those protective steps.
But you can still get other things though, and like, if you look at I'm always looking at these rates because I do talk shows, but like, especially in Texas, they say Houston, like, they just off the charts right now. In Atlanta,
everything is bigger in Texas.
Yes, even the bumps. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want those bumps.
No.
But like, no one cares anymore. I don't know what happened. I know the music got a little crazy. Where they start talking about eating groceries all the time and everybody just like doing whatever, raw dogging. And I'm just like, okay.
Somebody ain't rinsing the groceries off.
You got to rinse it off.
Yeah, because my granny always my mama too taught me to rinse the groceries off.
Soak it in some vinegar or something. Because it's just like.
A little Dawn, a little soap.
But it's crazy that people aren't scared though. Especially after we had that big old pandemic. And remember when monkeypox was going around? I was like, don't even shake my hand at this point.
Outside. What's one piece of advice that you would give someone who's nervous about dating after like a divorce or a long-term relationship?
It's like a bike and you fall off, you got to get right back on there.
Ride it.
You got to ride it. Because like, what are you afraid of? Being happy? You afraid of being happy one day? And I don't live my life with fear. Like, I'm a little bit reckless. Like, I'll jump in and then think about it later, I guess, for the most part. And like, I hate when people, not hate, but when people get hurt in a relationship and then they just are so paralyzed to move forward, you're only shortcoming yourself, shortchanging yourself.
So what about the people who has never been in a relationship?
Never been in a relationship?
Yeah.
Well, maybe something's wrong with them. They shouldn't be in a relationship. How old are we talking?
Like they're older, they just never, it's like they're just scared to get out there and get.
Oh my God. Scared?
So much you don't know what you're missing.
Like, I think the thing that you're afraid of in life, you should go towards. And that's in everything. Like, you should go towards it. When I was young, I was afraid to read out loud in class. And look what I did. I went to that thing. And it's very empowering. You know, the thing that scares you. Are you afraid to be in love? Open your heart to be in love. That's what makes you grow. I took this class, right? And they wrote on this board a circle and all the things that you have, like what car you have, where you live, your relationship, how much money you make. It's all in the circle. And all the things you don't have are outside the circle. The circle represents your comfort zone. And you go get them by stretching yourself, going outside of what's your usual routine. And it works. Like, I try to do something. There was a while I went where every day I tried to do something that made me a little uncomfortable. Whether it's like telling someone you love them or hugging someone or just
why does that
speaking.
feel so uncomfortable though? Like,
because we're creatures of habit, you know? And then it's like, oh, I've never done it. Like, how you were afraid of cats? Because you never had a cat. Maybe you should try a cat.
No, I ain't gotta expand that
You ain't
far
gonna
out.
try a cat? Huh? I'm talking about cats as you pet.
I
Those
know,
cats.
I ain't gotta expand that. Then neither one of them.
Yeah, I was like, is he gonna catch him or not? We can catch him on his own. But I'm just saying, like, being afraid of something, sometimes when you face it, you realize my fear was irrational. It really wasn't based on much. It really wasn't based on facts. I almost like low key want to invite you to my place so you can like pet my cat.
I don't know. Girl, I ain't gonna bet you. You ain't gotta invite me to your place when you bet your cat.
I'm trying to get you over your fear.
Okay, period. Okay, so look.
Are you blushing?
A little bit. What is some myths about sex that you want to shut down right now about people? They say, well, you get 40, it's just, what is the myth that you want to shut down?
Oh, people thinking that it's dry?
I ain't heard this. I heard when you get 40, they say they start like rabbits.
Yeah, when you get 40, your sex drive goes in a different direction. And you be a little savage. That's why all these little youngsters, and I don't mean like R. Kelly youngsters, I mean like 20s and 30s, they be after the older women. Because women in their 40s, you definitely come into your prime. And I
them
think
youngsters, they want to go all night.
They do, and so do women in their 40s, though.
Oh, period.
Like, when I do go there, I go there. It's not,
okay,
we're not one and tapping out. We're going to, like, you know, because most likely I have a lot of responsibilities. I've been busy. So if I put time aside to do this, it's not going to be one and done. It's going to be, don't make any plans.
Ain't nobody want no one and done.
What's a good amount for you?
A good amount of what?
Times doing it.
Oh.
What's the most you've done it in one night?
Well, I don't went all.
What's the number?
I don't went all morning.
Oh, so what is that, like 3, 4, 5?
Hours?
No, like how many times you like?
Time.
Ham.
Probably like 4.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
How
many times you?
My most?
Yeah.
It's more than 4.
More than 4?
Yeah.
When you want me to come over and pet that cat?
Like I said, when I don't do it a lot, but when I do it, I
okay.
fit it all in one night.
Shows out.
Yeah, I shows out.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
You gotta remember me.
So how do you balance wanting to share your life with someone versus being independent?
I think when two like healed individuals get together that are, you know, independent, it can be a good thing. But like, you know, I'm open. Like I'm independent. People think, oh, you don't have time for a man, or do you even have, you know, space? Yes, for somebody special, you make space for who you want to make space for.
Yeah.
Like all this, you can be busy. Everyone likes to say they're busy. Oh, I'm busy. I didn't call you back because I'm busy. They didn't call you back because they're not interested. Because Barack Obama was calling Michelle. Okay. And we all know that they still look like they had a lot of passion in their relationship. So once we saw that example of like Black love or just love in the White House and how busy they are, I don't want to hear from some Dusty that you can't get back to me.
No,
about
and Keisha and Ray Ray, they still calling each other.
They calling each other.
They no need to be. You not calling me.
Exactly. But as busy as I am, you know, if I like somebody, when they call me, I'm picking up. And if I can't pick up, it's because I'm working. I'll shoot them a text. Like, it's just being respectful. You know, like, I'm totally open to, yeah, I'm independent, but I'll make space for what I like.
Right.
Absolutely will. I think that's the most, I mean, work is good, but you want to have love as well.
Okay. You know, no, I don't want to be lonely.
No. And being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. Like, you can be single. That doesn't mean you're lonely. Like, I have a very...
I never said that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. For
Oh,
the people.
period. I thought you were trying to put a little word in my mouth.
You felt attacked.
Talking about, well, I ain't... No, because period. No, being single, being alone is not lonely. But it can turn into that.
You could be in a relationship and be lonely.
True.
You have someone sleeping in your bed that just doesn't like notice when you're sad or even pay attention.
Oh, that's bad.
You know what I mean? And you're like, I'm like, you're in my bed, you're taking up space, but you're not even seeing me. And then someone that you don't even really know like that, that's watching you from maybe your social media or just like got their eye on you.
And that be the thing. That's how people sneak up on you.
Sneak up on you.
Come on, hold on. Where you come from?
Right.
How does confidence change the way you approach love and sex, like when you get older?
I think confidence is everything, because when you're younger and you're insecure, don't nobody want to hear someone that's always like stressing them out because they're like worried, oh, are you going to cheat on me? Are you going to leave me?
Yes.
Like, that's going to run somebody off. You know what I mean? Like, get it together. But when you have confidence, you're like, I know he's going to come. Why wouldn't he?
I know he the shit, but I'm the shit too.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And when you're like that, I think you're a little bit more mysterious. You don't come off as desperate. You come off as more like pleasant to be around. And that's even with friendships. I couldn't even be friends with people that are not confident in themselves, because when I hang out with my friends, I have a really beautiful group of friends, and I don't mean just on the outside. They just got it going on. They're gorgeous. They got their lives together. They're confident. And I think that's such a powerful thing to go into a room when you see that. Like, if one of them wasn't confident, I'd have to spend my night like constantly babying you and building you up.
Yes, that's how here's a...
And no one wants to do it in a relationship either. So in friendships, in relationships, it's so important to have confidence. I love someone that's confident. I like, we can like pop our together. We walk in, we like, you know, not arrogant, like not some, a little bit.
Yeah, we could be a little
bit. Like a lovable. You know what I'm saying?
I already know.
Right. But not like, but yeah, just ain't nothing worse than someone that's just always just like, oh, just they need to be reinforced all the time. I'm not your mama, and you need to go get some therapy.
I ain't got time for that.
No, I don't.
What are some things that you're discovering now, like in your, like being like this more mature, just like not young, fun? What are some things that you've learned like now?
I'm older. I think when I was younger, I was less. I didn't see my value as much. You know, like I felt like if something bad happens, or I was cheated on, or someone put their hands on me, or just traumatic things that happened in my life, I felt like I was more damaged goods. So because of that, I would not demand the respect, or I would let people get away with things with me, like mistreated me when I was younger. And now that I'm older, I'm like, no, you can. Damaged goods isn't really damaged goods. It means you're seasoned. It means you're a veteran. It means you've been through some things. And I don't think that should take away from your value because you've been through some things.
Right.
Meaning, examples like if you've been like, you know, had some sexual assaults in your life or abuse, a lot of women and men, it makes them like act differently in relationships. They kind of put up with things, or they become promiscuous, or they like let people get away with abusing them more because they're kind of used to be in that space. You can have gone through those things and still demand that respect. And I think as I'm older, I'm like, just because, you know, I had this experience in my past doesn't mean that I should just put up with any behavior or any kind of treatment. So I don't let that happen now. Like, I don't have a high tolerance for like mistreatment. You can't talk to me crazy.
Period. That's how I am.
Yeah, you can't. I think the gateway to abusive relationship is when someone talks to you crazy. Because once they, like, you know, when you sweet with someone, you don't want to, like, make them mad. Like, you want to make them feel good about it. When you start talking, when you watch, ladies and gentlemen, when your partner starts talking to you, like, kind of crazy or a little bit rude, disrespectful, they most likely have somebody else that's on the other side in their ear, like, gassing them up, you know? And I notice almost every time that someone's tone has changed with me, like, there was something else going on. So I'm big on how you talk to me. And
that might be true.
It is. Listen to an OG born in the 1900s.
Okay, period. Okay, you feel that?
Yes, I felt
Yeah.
that.
What is that?
I don't know.
This
Energy.
thing is heating up. Woo!
Oh, it's your menopause.
Could be. Or it's time for you to get in the hot seat.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, we're going to turn things up a little bit with the game called Wine, Dine, or Decline.
Okay, that sounds cute.
And basically, this is a game. It's like a smash or pass.
Okay.
So this is how this works. I'm going to give you some characters, some iconic characters from movies, or different celebrities, and you pick whether it's wine, dine, or decline.
Okay.
Wine means smash, dine means date, and decline means
Okay.
no.
Got it.
Okay. So we have Lorenz Tate from Love Jones, Tyrese from Baby Boy, and John Hinton from Living Single. Wine, dine, or decline.
Okay, so John Hinton, was he the light skinned one?
That was Overton.
Overton? Oh, he was cool. So he'd be good to date. Because he seems like he'd be fun. He gonna be mad at me again. Tyrese is gonna always be a pass for me.
But it's Baby Boy, so.
In Baby Boy, of course. I don't mean him in real life. I mean his character.
Right.
Yeah, no, he's a baby boy. Like you can't, I can't do anything with that. You mature, you get together.
Yeah, Jody, go on, Jody.
And Lorenz Tate is cute. He was dope, so he would definitely be a smash.
Okay, where he is. So,
wait, I know his wife Thomasina. It's just his character.
No, yes, these are characters.
Just the character.
Okay, so you said smash.
Smash Lorenz.
Lorenz Tate and Love Jones.
From Love Jones. Date. John Overton from Living Single, and decline pass on Baby
Jody,
Boy. Because
you ain't gonna give him the keys to your car?
No, I'm not doing that. I got nice cars.
He'll put some rims on it.
The kind of car I have doesn't need rims.
It'll be a nice addition, though.
You don't put rims on Bentleys.
Okay. Denzel Washington from Training Day, Flex Alexander from 101, and Will Smith from Bad Boys.
Okay. Wine means...
Wine, dine, or decline. So wine means...
Okay, I got it. Wine is going to have to be with Denzel Washington from Training Day. Because that was very sexy. He was sexy in that movie. He was a bad boy. You didn't like that?
Mike Lowry? Mike Lowry.
You would smash Mike Lowry over Denzel Training Day? What?
Yeah.
Really? You would.
Like good cop, bad cop.
I'd pass on him. I'd pass on Mike Lowry.
You would decline?
I would decline Mike Lowry. And then I would dine with Flex Alexander because he's like such a nice guy. You ratchet.
No,
yes, you are. You wanted to be with Jody, broke, had no car.
I said smash.
Yeah, exactly.
Wine.
Okay. I'm not letting. No, you can't.
We ain't got no relations.
It's irresponsible.
Ow!
How are we gonna get to your house? You gotta.
He gonna use my car.
I'm not doing that.
He gonna ride his bike to my house.
That's the problem.
They got Ubers.
Stop giving these bums opportunities.
No, they got Ubers now.
You gonna pay for it?
Jody was working.
I'm not paying to Uber.
Jody was working. He was slanging them dresses. Jody was not a bum.
Dresses.
He was not a bum.
He wasn't a bum. He was trying, but
he wasn't trying. That was the man.
At this age, I don't have time to wait on potential. See, this is the difference with our age gap right here. You have time to wait on potential. I'm in the last quarter. I don't have time like that. You gotta already come to me already done.
Are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm a buyer.
Period. I'm a seller, baby.
I'm a buyer, and I've tricked off. I bought rims and stuff. I've done all that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know? I'd rather be a sugar...
You's a good girl.
I'd rather be a sugar mama than a sugar baby because ain't no one gonna tell me what to do.
I know some sugar babies that don't get told to do.
Well, they're probably...
Hey. Okay, so look. Morris Chestnut from Boys in the Hood, Wesley Snipes from White Man Can't Jump, or DMX from Belly.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't throw any of those out.
But you gotta decline one. Wine, dine, or decline.
Okay. Wine, it has to be Morris Chestnut. What the hell?
This.
Yeah, I don't agree with the taste in this room. You guys have no class. You guys are,
Really?
yes, you have no class. I'm picking the class, like,
You gonna wine Morris Chestnut?
yes. Have you seen
What?
Morris Chestnut?
And who you gonna marry?
He's
Who
sexy.
You gonna date?
Okay, I'll date Morris Chestnut then. How about that?
No, I want to hear who you gonna date.
Okay.
So you gonna.
So you want me to sleep with?
So you said it. So you
there's
sleep
DMX from Belly.
Morris Chestnut from Boys in the Hood and Wesley Snipes from White Men Can't Jump. I'm curious to see what's going on in your head. So you said
I will I'm declining Wesley Snipes from White Men Can't Jump because I just didn't like his outfit.
The outfit will do it, baby, every time.
I can't do it's not him, it's the outfit. So I'm declining Wesley Snipes from White Men Can't Jump.
So you gonna take DMX on a date versus Morris Chestnut?
Cause DMX would be funny. Yo, he's so like, rest in peace. But yo, I remember interviewing him one time at this like quiet event. It was like this like pool tournament and you have to be quiet. And I went to go talk to him and he just got super crunk. Like he started off and then
right, you
and
got Brenda, Letitia, Linda.
Yes.
He know what he doing in the bedroom.
But,
So it's like,
I would be entertained by that because I think I'm with the I think he'd be so fun to be on a date with. And Morris Chestnut to me from Boys in the Hood, he's sexy, he's an athlete, he was in shape. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, you don't have to agree with me. The people agree with me. I bet you a lot of women out there agree with me right now. Morris Chestnut was fine in Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, but you know what comes after a date?
What?
Smash. Better play them cards right. Wine, dine, or decline. We have Damon Wayans from Mo Money, Sean Wayans from the Wayne Brothers, and Kenny Wayans from A Low Down Dirty Chain. Now, you better agree with something on this. I'm not playing with you today, damn Claudia. Wine, decline.
Wine with Damon Wayans. I like that y'all don't agree with me. This is fine for me.
Go ahead.
Dine with the other Wayans, the younger brother.
They are the Wayans.
I know, the younger one though.
Oh, Sean. Okay.
Oh wait, maybe he's a nah. Let me switch that around. I will wine with Sean. I wine with Sean. Yeah, I wine with Sean. I'll dine with Damien, and I will have to decline the big brother, Keenan. You don't agree with that either?
I don't know. I don't
Why?
think I agree
What's
with
wrong
that.
with y'all?
I would have to dine with Keenan.
You would dine with Keenan.
And wine with
So who are you declining?
Sean.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because he'll be back.
Oh wow. Okay, confidence. I see you.
Yes, the brothers. Jamie Foxx from the Jamie Foxx Show, Boris Kojo from Brown Sugar, and Omar Epps from The Woods. Now, let me just repeat this one more time, just in case we get a little.
I know no matter what I say, you're not gonna agree with me.
Wine, dine, decline.
Okay.
Wine means smash.
Wine. Okay. So
dine means date. Decline means.
Okay.
Let me repeat it again. Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
From the Jamie Foxx Show.
I'm going to dine with who I want to go on a date with, right? That'd be Jamie Foxx because he'll keep me laughing. Oh, you agree with one finally. Okay. I will wine with Boris Kojo. Okay. And only by process of elimination, Omar Epps gets declined.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Yeah. But they're all great choices.
So we got Tay Diggs from How Stella Got a Groove Back, Derek Luke from Antoine Fisher, and Bill Bellamy from How to Be a Player.
Okay, based on how Bill Bellamy's character was and How to Be a Player, he probably was the one I could smash the best. So we're gonna go and wine with Bill Bellamy.
Okay.
How to Be a Player. We will go on a date with, we will dine with, and I'll decline Derek Luke because I don't want to give therapy to anybody.
Okay.
I don't have time for that.
You 2 and 12. I ain't mad at it. Okay, so we got Shamar Moore from The Brothers, Leon from The Temptations, and LL Cool J from In the House.
These are my crushes in the 90s.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Got you right up on them.
Shamar and
this
Ella.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
We're gonna have to wine with Shamar Moore. We're gonna have to dine with LL Cool J. And who's the other one?
Leon. I don't know.
But Leon's sexy too.
Yeah, it was like this is a good one. I can't even fault you for this one.
But then Leon,
So
Leon Cynthia's baby daddy, then that's weird.
This Leon.
I know.
We talking about David Ruffin.
He was sexy too. How about this? Since I've been like celibate for so long, I'm gonna wine all of them.
Yes! In my head, that was me.
That's the right answer. I feel like that's the only right answer to that one.
Wine and dine all of them.
Yeah.
We got Tupac Shakur in Poetic Justice,
Mm-hmm.
Mekhi Phifer in Paid in Full,
Mm-hmm.
and Tyron Turner in Menace to Society.
Oh my God. Wine with Mekhi Phifer.
Wine?
Yes. Yes. Wine with Mekhi Phifer. Yeah.
But what about Tupac?
No. I'm East Coast. Sorry.
Oh.
I'll dine with Tupac because I think he's like smart. Mm-hmm. I like want to hear a conversation with him. But I never had a attraction to him like that. And sorry, listen, I ain't like everybody else. I could be different. I could be different.
You done passed Jody. You done killed Jody off. You done killed off Tupac.
We can't all like the same person. We can't all be think the same. And who's the other one?
Tyron Turner.
Oh, but he was on stage. Like he was cray in that. So I'd have to decline him based on his character. That's the homie though. But yeah.
Okay, so we have Alan Payne from Jason's Lyric, Blair Underwood from L.A. Law, and Terrence Howard from The Best Man.
Y'all gonna be mad at me again, and I don't care.
Here we go.
Blair Underwood from me for the
wine. Okay.
Yes. And not only from that, from when he was in Set It Off. And then who was the other ones?
Alan Payne from Jason's Lyric, and Terrence Howard from Best Man.
Oh no, he gets declined from Best Man because he was a jerk in the Best Man.
Yeah,
so yeah, and so I guess the dine would be Alan Payne because he was sexy in that movie.
He was.
They was doing it outside the grass. I had the hairy chest. Yeah, they was outside.
That was
another Jada Pinkett. Yeah.
Okay, so last round.
Okay.
Final round.
Final round.
Dun, dun, dun. So we have Christopher Martin from House Party, Mel Jackson from Soul Food, and Chris Tucker from Rush Hour. Final round.
Mel Jackson will be one.
Okay.
Chris Tucker will be dime because it'll be funny. And that's Kid, right, from Kid and Play.
Yeah,
I
Play.
have to decline him because he seemed. I don't think we know.
We ain't got nothing to talk about. Yeah. We can't really win.
Yeah. But I like them as rappers.
Okay, so that's a wrap on today's episode. I want to thank you so much, Claudia Jordan, for stopping by and just gracing us with some knowledge that we needed.
Thank you. I had a good time with you. You were fun with your nice teeth. Oh, yeah, and when you want to come over and pet my cat, you let me know.
Oh, okay. Don't threaten me with a good time. Okay,
we're going to make you stop being afraid of the cat.
And roomies, remember, no matter what stage in life you're in, it's always room to grow and get knowledge, especially when it comes with love.
I like that.
Oh, period. Remember, roomies, if you can relate to the conversation, let's keep it going in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and hashtag Roomie Diaries. And while we're at it, go ahead and head over to RoomieDiaries.com. We got resources there, and you can check out other episodes from season 2 where you'll see me. As always, we want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. And I want to thank you so much, Claudia, just for coming and hanging out with us and dropping the little gems and knowledge.
I had a great time with you. Lots of fun.
I had a blast.
Next time you're in Dallas, you got to hit me up and I'll take you around these streets. Okay?
I ain't going nowhere no time soon, so you can take me around these streets.
Oh, okay.
And then we can go pet that cat.
Oh, you want to pet cat now? My job here is done.